Reflection story today is about John and Almedia Livingston. And an alligator?
Good afternoon, Tom Galuscio, President of the Westerly Historical Society, here on October 23rd, 2024, with some special guests, John and Almedia Livingston. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Reflections, which is sponsored by the Westerly Historical Society.
The reason the Monroe family were able to purchase the greenhouses in the World War I area, local coal dealers would not sell coal to the owner because he was German origins. And Mr. Charles Monroe Sr. from New Haven bought the whole facility. There were about 30-some acres of land there, and it was quite a thriving business.
Oh, I quite remember.
But what really killed that business and many others was in 1970, fuel oil prices just went haywire, and that was kind of the end of that. And Charlie was getting to the point where he wanted to retire, and his biggest problem was somehow finding a home for his pet alligator.
Ferdinand, right?
Ferdinand,
right.
who was about 7 feet long and certainly a handful.
I used to feel so bad for that alligator sitting in that tub all day as a kid going through.
He was the best fed alligator because all the fishermen would come and drop off the fish and feed them. And Horace Barber, who worked for Dad, was an avid fisherman and would always supply fish. And when it was not the fishing season, Dad would go to Agway and buy frozen horse meat, and that's what he would be fed every day.
Generations of visitors, children that would come to see him.
All the school kids would march
school
down
kids.
there.
School bus.
I was one.
You were one?
Absolutely.
Well, you would be glad to know that Ferdinand, Dad could not find any zoo that would take him locally. So all of a sudden, Allen's Alligator Farm in Florida said that they would take him. So big fanfare and, TV and what have you, and they photographed and recorded the packing up of Ferdinand in a coffin-like box, because that's how they were going to ship him down to Florida.
With taped jaws.
Yeah, taped the jaw and everything. And he went, but he had to be trained to be wild because he was hand-fed for years. So he had to learn how to be wild, which they taught him.
The man who taught Ferdinand to be wild was Ross Allen. Allen was a colorful Florida celebrity, stuntman, and promoter. He'd founded the Reptile Institute in Silver Springs, Florida, where he staged reptile demonstrations, alligator wrestling, and rattlesnake milking. Allen had a nose for publicity, as evidenced by this promotional video.
Ross Allen, the famous star of countless wildlife adventure movies, is going to show us on Guided Tour today how he keeps the Ross Allen Reptile Institute down at Florida's Silver Springs, well stocked with wild animals and reptiles. At the Old Allen, a lesson in how he captures dangerous alligators with his bare hands. They're cruising along the Silver River, keeping a sharp lookout for the elusive gators. Ross has spotted a big 8-foot alligator in the water, and over the side, one snap of a gator's massive jaws, or even a well-directed flip of its heavy tail, is enough to kill a man. Not many men would come to grips, unarmed and underwater, with a 200-pound monster like this one. And he's never yet lost a fight with an alligator. As he puts it, you only lose a contest with them once, and he's learned never to underestimate the strength and speed of the big gators.
My father, a couple of years later, got a letter from Allen's Alligator Farm saying, "Dear Mr. Monroe, we regret to inform you that Ferdinand has passed. but he died with a smile on his face. So obviously he'd found a mate.